Hello everyone, the Sarkar 12, and if you're watching this, that means that you probably heard in my previous video, if you watched that video, which was a reaction to a Boba Fett song by Nerd Out, that I was going to react to a trailer called the Big Empire teaser for the Book of Boba Fett, I'm assuming for the last two episodes. That teaser ended up basically just being stuff that we had already seen to build hype for the last two episodes. So it was basically pointless. Yeah. So I am instead transitioning over to watching this this Halo trailer that came out yesterday that I have not yet seen. And so I am going to probably put my picture instead of the upper left-hand corner down in the bottom left-hand corner, so that way we get a little bit more of a visualization of what's going on with this trailer, because I don't want to obscure anything for anybody, and the only thing that's down there is just like the Halo logo. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop babbling. We're going to get to reaction to this. Link will be in the description below for this video. Go watch it for yourself, because I might be pausing it. I probably will be blabbing about it afterwards. And just a couple of side notes. One, keep in mind, this is a different canon from the books and from the video games. That's important to realize. This TV show does not take place in the same universe as the books, the graphic novels, I think the Halo Legends shorts, and the video games. I don't even think the Halo Legends shorts are canon technically, but regardless, the video games and this TV show are not in the same universe. Bear that in mind, because a lot of people are going to be like, why did they change this? Why did they cast that actor as that? I know a little bit about what they're doing with this show. This is considered a silver timeline. I think they're calling Blue Team Silver Team for this. So just remember that. That is important. That is very, very important. The Halo timeline is similar, but not the same to the games. So yeah, that's probably the most important thing to keep in mind when you're going in and watching this trailer, is that they are two different continuities, two different universes. Basically, they share similar elements, but they are not the same. So with that stressed enough, let's get to reacting to this. Also, if you want to check out the Boba Fett video that I made a few hours ago, if you missed it originally, upper right hand corner, there's a little eye there. You can click on that, it'll take you to that, and you can watch that. Do it before or after this, it doesn't really matter. They're not connected, because I thought they were going to be connected since this was supposed to be the Boba Fett teaser, but it's not. So getting to this, let's see what they're doing with this Halo TV series, because I know a lot of people have been curious.
You. Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
I'll say right now, I like the attention to the detail. This reminds me of the Forward Unto Dawn movie. Actually, quite a bit. It reminds me of the Forward Unto Dawn movie, and a lot of the live action like skits and commercials that they've done for like ODST and Halo 3 and stuff like that. This reminds me of that, but this is like so much more polished because they've got such a bigger budget, and obviously this is a TV series. People are gonna be picking this apart, so they have to be more detailed.
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant. He is lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something. I felt different.
What they did to us makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
Oh, okay. So they actually kept Cortana's voice actor. Okay. Yeah, I find it interesting because I'm pretty sure the blonde-haired chick is supposed to be Halsey. Obviously, she's got a bit of an accent. Doesn't sound like Cortana at all. Cortana is supposed to be based on Halsey in the original timeline. So right then and there, that's a deviation. Like, she's supposed to sound like Halsey. She's literally in the original timeline. She is scanned from Halsey's brain patterns, and therefore she has Halsey's. I think she's got Halsey's memories. For sure, she's got many characteristics of Halsey's personality, and she obviously has styled herself to look like Halsey. So right off the bat, like, deviating from the voice and the appearance of Halsey, like, I think that kind of looks like Halsey. If the blonde chick that I'm thinking, the one that was talking at the very beginning, if that is actually Halsey, I think she looks enough like her. I'll have to see pictures side by side to be for sure. But the voice itself, like, I'm glad they kept the voice because that's kind of iconic. But it clearly does not sound like Dr. Halsey, if that is actually Halsey.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Humans.
Oh,
surrendered to the
right.
Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
I like the remix of the song. The reason why I said, oh, right, is because I remember that someone mentioned that one of the deviations to the Silver timeline from the main games is that blonde human that said surrender to the Covenant is actually part of the Covenant. And as we know in the games, the Covenant believe through religious indoctrination, thanks to the Prophet of Truth, that humanity needs to be exterminated. But in the Silver timeline, at least this one particular human has been adopted by the Covenant. And I don't know why. They haven't given any kind of explanation. I will say that as a Halo fan that has been playing the game since they first came out, I can appreciate a different continuity. I really actually do think that's probably the best way to do that, because you don't want to retread on things that have already been told in the game. You don't want to tread on things that may have been told in the books, and you certainly do not want to end up screwing up the game's continuity, because the game will always be the prime continuity. Creating their own timeline modeled after the games but not following the game's story is probably the best thing they could have done for this, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but that didn't happen in the game, that didn't happen in the books. And there's a point to that. That's because it's a different universe. Basically, if you're familiar with the multiverse, that's what this is. This is a multiversal theory right here, where you've got two different timelines. As someone who thoroughly enjoys Star Trek and Doctor Who and Marvel, I understand the benefit of having alternate universes, because it allows you to explore stories, what if scenarios, and diverge from the primary canon and create your own canon without actually altering anything going forward in the prime continuity. It is very important to be able to do that. This is the reason why you get like things like, Miles Morales, who doesn't exist in 616 as far as I am aware, at least not initially. I think he eventually moved over to 616, but like, he came from a different universe. That's how you get Spider-Gwen, where Peter Parker becomes the Lizard and Gwen Stacy becomes Spider-Woman, because she was the one who was bitten, or Ghost Spider, whatever. But point is that when you have different timelines, you have the ability of exploring things that you wouldn't be able to do if you only had one continuity. You know, Five Nights at Freddy's, one of the most popular video game franchises ever, has recently done that. They've even said that, like, the crime continuity is finished and they're diverging into alternate continuities with future installments. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people aren't going to be. But I mean, in this day and age, the idea of the multiverse has kind of become like a normal thing thanks to Marvel. And I think it's important just to keep in mind that, like, by allowing yourself to have a multiversal series, you have the ability of telling more unique stories using the same characters without muddying things up and causing continuity errors and causing people like me who keep track of that kind of thing from having like freaking brain meltdowns, because that will happen. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this series. It already seems like it's going to go off the rails compared to the video games, and I am all for that. So let me know in the comments below what you think about it, because I'm very curious to hear what other Halo fans have to say about this particular series, because it's definitely going to be different. It's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be good. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for joining me. This is Archive of 12, and I shall see you in the next video.